to Now Showing. I'm your host Abhijit Bhatt. Bobby Deol ki film thi Soldier and the weather is getting colder. And what better way to welcome this beautiful autumn season than by watching your favorite movies. Actually, come to think of it, Bollywood has covered all the things we experience during this time of the year. Barsat starring Bobby Deol, Tufan starring Farhan Akhtar, Andhi starring Sanjeev Kumar, and to sum it all up, Mausam starring Shahid Kapoor. So on that note, let's take a look at what's brewing on this week's edition of Now Showing. Konkona Sensharma leads the investigation in Search, the Naina Murder Case, making it an engaging watch. Suspicious women, money and manipulation. The girlfriend offers you a love story that you don't want to have. With standout performances by Wright and Olivia Cooke, this is our top recommendation for your weekend binge. Yami Gautam asserts that she would never go under the knife and talks about both unrealistic beauty standards in Bollywood and embracing motherhood. And Bengali superstar Prosenjit Chatterjee talks about Devi Choudharani, why Bengali cinema hasn't made its own Baahubali, and his close bond with Shah Rukh Khan. Alright, now let's start the show with this week's hottest releases and recommendations. सैफ अली खान की फिल्म तारा रंपम है और एक दिन में वक्त बहुत कम है and we want you to spend your time wisely and not waste it on searching what to watch. Which is why our entertainment and lifestyle editor Tavishi Paitandy is here to guide you to your weekly dose of dhamakedar entertainment. Over to you, Tavishi.
Thanks, Abhijit, and hello, everyone. This week is one of those where everybody, including our Bollywood friends, are taking a bit slow after and before rolling out another set of biggies. So for this week, put up your feet and grab that remote and watch some real gritty shows. Here are my recommendations. A girl runs through the night, breath jagged, fear chasing her every step. A flash of metal, a gasp, and then silence. That's how Search, the Naina Murder Case begins, not with a story, but with a feeling. A mood of dread and sorrow that Rohan Sippy builds frame by frame. It's not just a murder. It's an atmosphere you can almost touch. Cut to the investigation and we meet ACP Sanyukta Roy, played by the ever-brilliant Konkona Sensharma. She's methodical, intuitive and exhausted on her last day before transfer when this case lands on her desk. Her partner, ACP Jai Kamal, played by Surya Sharma, is her complete opposite. Brash, impulsive, masculine energy personified. And together they make an unexpected, compelling duo. Their investigation into the murder of college student Naina Murder soon spirals into the messy world of youth politics, especially the Nai Soch party, led by Tushar Surve, played by Shiv Panditt. And this is where the show pivots from a whodunit to a whydunit, exploring ambition, media frenzy, and political theatre. Now, for those who don't know, Search is the Indian adaptation of the acclaimed Danish series for Bride Elson, also known as The Killing. But Sippy isn't just replicating the formula, he localizes it. He turns it into a slow psychological excavation of India's moral and social anxieties. We get a deeper look into women's safety, media sensationalism, and the fragility of justice in urban India. The show also mirrors the double lives of today's youth, curated online selves versus the messy real-world identities they hide behind. Visually, Sippy keeps it grounded. No flashy edits, no hyper-stylized noir filters. Just restrained, realistic direction that lets the emotions breathe. The pacing is slow, sometimes gripping, sometimes uneven, but always rooted in atmosphere. Now, the real anchor of the show is Konkona Sensharma. She delivers a performance layered with fatigue, empathy, and quiet strength. Surya Sharma brings rawness and charm in equal measure. And Shiv Panditt, he nails the balance between charisma and moral confusion. Supporting performances from Shraddha Das, Dhruv Sehgal, Iravati Mahadev and others lend authenticity and heartbreak, especially in the moments with Naina's parents. Where Search truly shines though, is in its emotional core. The grief of a family, the moral fatigue of a cop, the manipulation of truth in a politically charged world. But where it falters is pacing. Some episodes meander, some subplots feel disconnected, and the finale a bit abrupt, clearly saving its punch for the next season. But overall, Search, the Naina Murder Case on JioHotstar, is a rare kind of crime drama. It doesn't just ask who killed Naina. It asks what killed her. The system, the society, or the silence that follows tragedy. It's gripping, uneven, but haunting, and it dares to use a murder mystery as a mirror to our moral decay. If you're in a mood for a thoughtful, slow burn investigation with real emotional heft, Search deserves your time. Just don't expect easy answers. How close is too close when it comes to a mother and her grown son? That's the uneasy question pulsing at the heart of Prime Video's The Girlfriend, a taut, elegantly deranged psychological thriller that turns family affection into emotional quicksand. Adapted from Michelle France's novel and created for TV by Gabby Asher and Naomi Sheldon, this 6-part series is like watching a slow-motion car crash. Beautiful, controlled, and headed straight for heartbreak. We are in contemporary London, glossy, curated, and quietly suffocating. Robin Wright plays Laura, an art gallery owner whose life looks airbrushed to perfection, until her son Daniel, played by Laurie Davidson, brings home a new girlfriend. Daniel is the golden boy, handsome doctor, doting son, blissfully unaware that his mother's love comes with invisible strings. Enter Olivia Cooke as Cherry, a confident, a real estate agent with working class roots, perfect smile, and an ambition that rattles Laura's manicured calm. One misplaced bracelet, one gravy-stained dress, and one missing cat later, Laura's suspicion blooms into full-blown paranoia. But then the script flips. We see Cherry's side. She's not the villain of Laura's imagination, just a woman desperate for a better life, trying to fit into a world that keeps shutting her out. That dinner invite? For her, it's not war, it's opportunity. Until, of course, it is war. What begins as passive-aggressive tea talk turns into a chess game of manipulation, gaslighting, and emotional sabotage. Laura starts digging into Cherry's past. Cherry starts learning how to push Laura's buttons, and poor Daniel, he's just the trophy in this high-stakes duel. The genius of The Girlfriend lies in its dual perspective. Each episode alternates between Laura and Cherry's point of view. What one calls self-defense, the other calls malice. It's part domestic noir, part psychological Rashomon, all wrapped in tasteful tension with cold lighting. Midway through, the show pulls the rug. And suddenly, it's not just about maternal possessiveness. It's about two women locked in a war of mirrors, each reflecting the other's worst fears. Robin Wright, who also directs several episodes, is phenomenal. Equal parts grace and quiet panic. You can almost hear the crack beneath her composure. And Olivia Cooke matches her move for move. Seductive, calculating, wounded. Together, they turn civility into a weapon and politeness into blood sport. What's refreshing is The Girlfriend never picks sides. Just when you start sympathizing with one woman, she does something utterly unforgivable. It's a show where love curdles into obsession and control becomes its own form of madness. By the final episode, the glossy London life is in ruins, not because someone's evil, but because no one knows how to let go. Sure, it borrows a few familiar thriller beats, but it executes them with surgical precision, stylish, intimate, and unsettlingly real. So if you are looking for your next binge, step into The Girlfriend. But be warned, this isn't a story about who wins. It's about the quiet damage left behind when love turns into ownership. Now that's what I call a modern love story. Just not the kind you would want to live through.
Thank you so much, Tavishi, for those recommendations. And moving on, Yami Gautam, who will next be seen in director Supand Verma's Haq, asserts that she would never go under the knife. While promoting a beauty brand, Yami sat down for a quick chat with my colleague Devi Choudharani and spoke about unrealistic beauty standards in Bollywood, how she was once advised to change her appearance by a senior makeup artist, life post-motherhood, and more. Check it out.
I think the launch that took place, which is Olay 7-in-1 serum, it somewhere sort of highlights effective and affordable self-care. How does it really align with your personal idea of what beauty and self-care, self-love looks like?
I think the idea of beauty is, of course, Tita, it's evolved over a period of time, right? When I joined the industry, or even when I was not part of the industry, there was some, my idea was different. And now where I stand today, of course, it's a whole lot of different perspective on your idea of beauty, which is very holistic though. It is literally inside out. Having said that, yes, I've always been someone who's loved skincare, who's always invested in skincare. With Olay, of course, what I really resonated the most was, first of all, the fact that it's 7-in-1. Even though I love skincare, but I'm not someone who believes in too many steps or too many products. If I have a product which does most of the job that's supposed to do, that's great. And for me, the challenge has always been hydration. My skin is personally on a little drier, sensitive side. So, and of course, your pollution, your makeup, your lights, they dehydrate you anyway. So apart from, of course, drinking water and all, you also need the right product for your face, for your makeup to sit, for your skin to absorb and to stay healthy. So that is where I think Olay comes in my life.
We're speaking of beauty, this industry that, you are in, beauty standards are unrealistically high. I mean, did you ever feel that the pressure to succumb to it ever? Were you ever told to change your appearance?
Yeah.
Initially?
Yeah, of course. Happens, and I'm sure every girl goes through it. I'm sure almost every girl goes through it, every actress goes through it, where you're very vulnerable, right? You're very new, you're very, it's very easy for people to give you advice, and sometimes they don't mean harm also, they genuinely mean it. And you see that with the way their advice has worked or acted on somebody else, any of your colleagues. And I just find it, I think you have to be really mentally strong to be able to cut that noise for yourself. Because I think there's no satiating point, right? There's no full stop to it. Today it's this, tomorrow it's going to be that, and then it's going to be this. And you have access to everything, you have access to anyone, right? But I think I'm not the kind of person who would ever do that. So I would just listen and I would just smile and that's it. And the same person would meet me after months and say, you didn't take my advice, darling. I said, no, I didn't take your advice.
What's the most bizarre thing you ever heard? Advice?
Something to do with my eyebrows. That let's shape it in a way, let's take off this curve.
Okay.
So I said, what do you mean? You want like two snails approaching each other, that kind of a feel you want?
Yeah.
I mean, I said that in my head, I didn't say this to him. He's a very senior makeup artist. But in my head, it's like there are two snails approaching each other from both the sides. Like, let's get rid of this curve. Let's make it straight, and let's, it'll be more edgy, it'll be more cooler, it'll be more. So I literally, my heart literally sank, and I was like, can you please, can we just like get ready and move on from here? But see, that's what, it's perspective. For me, that's not the idea of beauty, but for someone, that's editorial, right? That when you see something like that on a magazine cover, it may look really cool, but I'm an actor, right? When you watch me on screen, your focus should not be, "Arey, ye unnatural क्यों लग रहा है?" Face, या lips, या cheeks, या there's something not, natural. So that can't be a distraction, right? We are there to become characters, and for the characters, not for Yami, as it has to be that person. So I always reminded myself of these facts, and personally also, even if I was not an actor, I would have never gone under any such procedure which changes or alters the structure or puts anything in my skin, which I don't believe in.
I'm sure it has long-term consequences also. We just think of it at the moment.
At the moment, we don't know. We'll get to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is also something which you have to keep doing, I believe, again and again.
Yes.
You cannot put a full stop there, right? So, but as I said, I think दुनिया बहुत बड़ी है. To each his own. किसको क्या चीज़ खुशी देती है? Maybe it really makes somebody happy. Great. Someone's doing under pressure. That's sad. So, yeah.
But do you see largely, Yami, actually this is your 15th year, I think, as an actor. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Do you, in these 15 years, of course a lot has changed.
You're
Yami.
Counting from my
Your
literally
first,
day one
your Kannada
of my life. My Kannada film. Now, please specify this.
Yes, since then. No, I'm just saying, do you see the industry's obsession with youth still very much there, or sort of it's fading away?
Yeah, I think it also depends on the kind of films you associate yourself and the kind of name that people associate you with. And today is the time where where female actors are getting opportunities to come on their own and do their best, choose diverse roles, choose strong is not the word. When someone says I play a very strong word, I also must have used it. I also must have used it in some of my promotional interviews. That's because we have to keep the notion of, we have to keep asserting that we are strong, right? We are playing this, we are playing that.
You could be vulnerable also.
Yeah. So I think now people want to see more real characters, more, but there's also space for fantasy. Cinema, that's why it's magical that way, where it's our job to surprise the audience and not give them the expected.
Sure.
So I would never say that anything has faded or anything has gone down. I think now people want to see, like always, entertaining films that take them away sometimes from reality or bring them closer to reality. And so that's how I take it. I really don't think about anything else.
How is motherhood treating you?
Very well. Very well. Loving it. Absolutely. Like right now when I'm answering, I only have his images coming in my mind from ever since I was expecting what was I doing then till what was I doing this morning. And again, this is a great time where you're getting your previous question about obsession with youth and all. There was a time where actresses or actors were asked to hide their marriages, forget motherhood. And today we're standing here talking about a beauty brand and an association. So it's literally all about your work. This industry is giving you that space to be yourself. You can balance work also. You can and still focus on your personal life.
Bengali superstar Prosenjit Chatterjee's long-cherished dream of starring in a big-screen adaptation of Bankim Chandra Chatterjee's literary classic came true with the recent release of Devi Choudharani, which hit theatres a few weeks ago. In an exclusive chat with my colleague Titash Chaudhary, Prosenjit opens up about why Bengali cinema is yet to create a spectacle on the scale of Baahubali or KGF. He fondly remembers his father, the legendary Biswajit, his timeless melodies. He also praises Aryan Khan's directorial debut, shares his bond with Shah Rukh Khan, and much, much more. Tune in.
We are going to talk about Devi Choudharani, your film. And I think one of the assets was released in Times Square, which is a first, for a Bengali film. Do you think this film is going to be a breakthrough for commercial, mainstream, contemporary Bengali film?
Yes. I think we are all trying our best because it's the subject itself is very strong because it doesn't talk about, it's a literature and it's a literature written by none other than Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. We still say Bande Mataram. Nowadays we are very happy in a cinematic language that people are going back and watching something which is the history of Indian cinema.
Right.
In fact, I never knew when I watched Keshri Part 2. I never knew about the lawyer. So we're talking about a lady, of course, a girl coming from a small village, and she becomes people used to say bandit, but she was a revolutionary character. It's much earlier than Jhansi Rani, or it's in 17th century.
Yeah.
These all happened in the 18th century. This film is really made very nicely. It's a classic, but at the same time it has all material of commercial element. Action is there, romance is there. The beautiful love story of a husband-wife. So I think this is a rooted subject of our nation. And that's the reason we are thinking this to take it out and make it national, global.
We know Bengal has some really brilliant minds. There are some fantastic filmmakers with great vision. And we do make a lot of big commercial films. Do you see a film like, let's say, a Baahubali or a KGF coming out from Bengal, which receives the kind of national recognition that those films did?
I'm not very sure about it. Let me be very honest. I'm a big fan of Mr. Rajamouli, and it's not that. I think every state or they have their own strength. I am not very sure. Somebody can make a Baahubali or somebody can make a KGF. But I think to make a Chokerbal is also difficult. Even the kind of cinema we had seen, now though its market is bigger, but the time Devdas was made by Sanjay Leela Bhansali ji, it was ahead of time. It was also a big span. I mean, now it depends on the director, what he believes. It's just not the budget. So I think I personally think we are more comfortable doing a Devi Choudharani, or maybe in next step I can do a Durgesh Nandini in a big way, in a bigger way.
Speaking of Shravanti, she is Devi Choudharani. She is the title character here. I mean, of course, you also really have as important a role. But what I'm getting into is, for a star of your stature, does it take a lot of security to, be a part of the film where, somebody else is the title character?
Do you think I'm a star?
A mega star?
No, I'm an actor. I don't believe in this stardom and whatever. I'm an actor. I'm blessed that I'm acting for the last 42 years. People love me and people come to me. Star, whatever in Bangla we say Mahanayak, it's just one man.
Uttam Kumar.
Yeah, so we are star, actor, whatever. My point is very simple. I have done a lot of films in my life where I am not there as a title role or maybe as quote-unquote hero. This film, I told yes because, first of all, Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. I have done Tagore's subject, but I haven't got a chance to do a film on Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay's novel, which is my emotion. Number two, I liked his lensing. His story is about the sannyasi rebel. How this man in a certain age finds out a young girl, very innocent girl, and how he rescues, and then how he makes him a band-aid or maybe leader of the team. So I really have nothing to lose. I mean, end of the day, everybody knows if Prosenjit is there. And when Prosenjit is there, it has to be something different.
True.
When he had agreed. So, it really doesn't matter to me, honestly.
No, I like how you take your stardom so lightly.
No, it's what...
Casually, rather.
What? Yeah, I mean, what stardom?
You don't believe.
I don't believe, I never
What are
believed.
you saying?
I don't believe it. I only, what I like or I get emotional when I see a 17 years girl is giving me a throwing kiss. And even her mother is also shouting. So that's where I get emotionally drenched, basically.
I get it.
Yeah. But why do I have to think that I am something?
I read somewhere that Shah Rukh Khan's mother actually had a massive crush on your father.
I know. You told in an interview.
Did you discuss that with Shah Rukh?
No, I haven't, but I also read and I know about it. And I was very happy to see when my father's song Bekarar Karke Hame was used in his last film, Jawan. Yeah, my father was a romantic superhero. Even Kamal Hassan ji told when he was a kid, he wanted to become a hero watching my father's film.
Wow.
But he's too good looking, maybe. I don't know.
But see now, of course, you share a great equation with Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah,
that has been
he's a good
established.
friend
His son is making his debut now very soon. There are reports that your son is also making his acting debut.
It'll take a little time, but yes, he's into that process. He's doing his classes and all. Now kids are matured enough. They know what to do. We don't have to tell them. They doesn't need us, basically. They just need our guidance. And they're more focused, I believe. Of course, Shah Rukh's son is coming in a big way, and it's our... In fact, I still remember Sunil Shetty's son when he was getting launched. It's like our family, right?
Yeah.
So it's the next generation coming on screen. So all my love and best wishes to him, and I'm sure he's going to rock.
Do you remember seeing young Aryan at Eden Gardens ever?
Yeah, of course. Used
Oh
to
my
be always
God.
around, used to play around, used to be on the field. Yeah. They grew up so early. Well,
I have a few pictures that I would want to show you. We have dug up really deep from Google. And if you remember, you have to tell me what these pictures are about.
It was a chat.
This is your home.
No, not mine. It
Okay.
was one of the very senior editors' home. I had taken an interview.
Oh,
Yeah, I had taken an interview of SRK.
okay, this one. How was it working with her?
Yeah,
This
great.
beautiful picture. What a frame.
She is beautiful, and I'm happy to know that she's coming back again.
Huh?
And all my best wishes. She's a wonderful person.
Okay.
Ash has been. Chokher Bali. Now Mishuk looks like this, more or less like me.
Oh.
Like my son looks like this, but it's not me. Yeah, it's me and my dad in a function, in a show.
Are you doing Jubilee too? Is it
It
happening?
depends on my director. I'm waiting.
Okay.
I'm also waiting, just like you. I mean, it's very close to my heart.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And with that, we have come to the end of yet another edition of Now Showing. मगर चलते चलते मेरे ये गीत याद रखना, भाई टीवी का रिमोट अपने पास रखना, because we'll be back again next week with more reviews, interviews and recommendations. Till then, this is me Abhijit Bhatt signing off. Stay filmy, stay fabulous.